Welcome to Homestead Reptile, and today we're doing a crested gecko progress report. We're going to look at color, pattern, and structure. So pattern is going to be kind of a little up in the air depending on the age of the animal and also the morph you're working with. Phantoms, we don't care about pattern. So first up is little Voodoo. So you can really see his progress as he's aged from hatchling to 10 grams, and now we're going to look at what he looks like at 29 grams. So his coloration is pretty good. He's actually not fully fired up here. I've tried to fully fire him up, but he's mostly fired up. So he's a really nice black based animal. So he's het for phantom. So that means next time when he's at full size next year, I can pair him to another dark phantom and produce dark phantom babies. So in that aspect, that's why I'm keeping him. But if he wasn't het for phantom, I would not want personally keep this gecko. He has too much stuff lacking. So the dark pigmentation is really nice, but his head structure it's not the worst, but it's not the best. It's just eh. His dorsal is just eh. If it was a female that looked like this, I would work with it a little bit more. But if a males are a dime a dozen. I would have rehomed him. But because he's het for phantom, I knew what I put into him to get him to this point. He's staying for my projects because male phantoms, not just het phantoms, male black phantoms are super difficult to find, and I cannot find any het black phantoms either. So he's staying because I cannot find anything. Again, structures lacking can be improved. It is not the worst I've ever seen. He's not bald-headed, but it could definitely be improved on, and that's something I'm going to have to work out later down in his lineage. But it's something that can definitely be improved on and tweaked. He is 29 grams, so he's going to get bigger, but this is probably as deep, as dark as you're ever going to see him. He's pretty much done finishing, so he's going to get bigger, but he is where he is. This is his final grade. He's not going to get any better than what he looks like here. So this is just how he is going to look. A lot of geckos can have like a major amount of progress when they're young, but at this age they're pretty set in stone. Again, name Voodoo, het phantom, 29 grams, excellent coloration, really saturated black, lacking in structure, and that can be fixed. Now, this little guy does not have a name. This is a little hatchling. So this was filmed when he was, I believe, 3 grams, and he is currently 5 or 6 grams now. You can see he is a soft scale tangerine het empty back. You can see a little bit of that emptying of the back right there, and we're going to look at what he looks like now. So saturation and coloration is pretty good. I would say it's pretty excellent, especially for this age. Pattern, I would say it could be a lot more pattern up there, but I'm not counting that against him because he is het empty back, and whatever works with empty back also kind of impedes pattern on the sides. It really does. It kind of reduces a lot of it. And I'm going to show you his little brother coming up, and again, his grade. So good color, good pattern, excellent structure. He does have excellent structure. He's a very well put together gecko. So this next gecko coming up, so this is my little red girl. This is Code Red. So you can see a little photo of what she looked like as a baby and what she looks like as an adult. And we can see her progress from being a lot smaller to a very sturdy, well put together gecko. Unfortunately, she is not fully fired up right here. She gets a lot redder, but this is as best as I could get her. But a very nice gecko, good head, good dorsal. She's just a very well-rounded, really well-balanced gecko. Could the head be bigger? It could be, but I personally wouldn't want it bigger than this. I think she is a very well-balanced animal in these photos. So I like a balanced animal. I don't want the head to be too oversized. I don't want the nose to be too short. I want a well-rounded, well-put-together animal. So she's 29 grams, excellent coloration, excellent structure. And again, we're not counting pattern against her because she's a phantom. And our next up, so this little girl is the little cappuccino I got for Christmas. So we're going to look at some old photos and videos so you can see a lot smaller here. And this is when I wasn't too sure if she was a male or a female. She is now 20 grams, and I'm pretty sure she is a female at this point. Fingers crossed. And you can look at that saturation. She is a dark, dark gecko. So her name is Arabica. Cappuccino, coffee, Arabica. So she is a very, what I would say, a dark roast cappuccino. She's a very, very dark girl. Excellent looking gecko. She is lacking in structure, but she makes up for it in that color saturation. So structure can be fixed. It's one of the easier things to fix. It's a lot more difficult to fix color and pattern over structure. So again, that can be fixed. And the way you want your gecko structure to look is really dependent. Some people really like floppy crests. I hate them. Some people like mammoth monster heads that kind of look like a brachycephalic dog. Personally don't like that. I like it to be balanced. So again, great color, great saturation, poor head structure, and she's 20 grams. So she's about, and these are some older photos. This is her fired down. She's about at that. She's about finished. She's not likely to get any darker than she is. I find around 20 grams to 39 grams. They're pretty much done with their evolution. So excellent color, lacking structure, very nice gecko. So our next gecko up, so this is some older photos when this guy was 3 grams. So as a 3-gram baby, this guy had some really surprising coloration, deep coloration for a 3-gram baby. Very colorful, and this is what he looks like at 5 grams. So this guy is a beautiful little gecko, and I'm just saying he instead of it just because I prefer just saying he if I don't know the gender, just something I do. So coloration, saturated. 5 grams. My God, this guy is gorgeous. I can't wait for this guy to get bigger, because if your baby is this pretty at this point, it's going to keep increasing in coloration and look even better. So this is super soft in the tangerine line. So he is not empty back, and you can see his back, he doesn't have that emptying effect that his brother does. You can see he also has a lot more pattern. So I find that if you're breeding a empty back to a non-empty back and you hatch out offspring, the offspring that have a lot of pattern are not likely to be empty backs. So again, this guy, beautiful little baby, a ton of pattern. It's still very small, and that saturation and color is very impressive. So if anyone deserves the title of Halloween King, it's this guy. So excellent gecko. So as he gets older, I imagine he's going to go black base and not be this brown base, because both parents are black based animals. But again, he's 5 grams. He has a ton of room for improvement. So all of these babies that I'm showing you have a ton of room for improvement. Anything that's 29 grams to 20, they're about at their peak. So if you pick up a 20-gram gecko and it looks a certain way, it's likely going to stay that way, depending on what morph it is. If you pick up a 30-gram gecko, you're likely it's finished developing. It's going to get bigger, but its pattern is pretty much where it's going to be. It's pretty much what it is. So again, amazing pattern, especially at that age. Amazing saturation and color. He's just so colorful. It's amazing. So this little guy's name is Livewire. Excellent color, excellent pattern, good structure. The structure could totally be a little bit better, but again, he's 5 grams. Well, he has a lot of room to improve. So this little guy I got around Christmas as well. So this is a little yellow phantom. You can see he's more of a brownish color. Good. He's not a bad. He has like a really wide back. His head is decent. He has a big head, not very good spikes, but he's just a good, well-rounded gecko. He's a nice, big, fat hatchling. So this is what he looks like now at 6 grams. So coloration improved quite a bit. You can see he's a lot more of an orangey yellow. He has improved a lot. He's bigger. You can see that back looks good. The head looks good. His spikes look good. So he's a well-rounded gecko. Nothing super spectacular, but well-rounded. And again, this is a 6-gram baby. So again, a lot of room for improvement. I would say color is good. Structure is good. Pattern doesn't matter. He is a phantom. So this guy doesn't have a name. Everything I would say is good. Could it be better? Yes, but he's a very well-rounded gecko. So I hope this was fun and interesting. Tell me what your favorite morphs are. I hope this was educational and just something a little bit different. Like and subscribe and leave a comment.